or streaming. And we're live.
Vanguard rides again. Just wait, let
You
me
gotta
show
do
up.
that again. You gotta do that
Oh,
one
sorry.
again.
Vanguard rides again, bro. Gotta do the Ginyu pose. No, but I just wanted to show off my shirt real quick. Top Gun. Great movie. Great
Never
movie.
seen it. Anyway.
It's great film. I gotta see Top Gun Maverick still, though. But before we begin, I remember I was talking to you about how basically I read for the first time in a long time, I read a comic book and actually really enjoyed it and was actually excited about what was coming next. Because basically what DC did this weird thing. They've done something like this before, but they did it again where they wrote this thing called the New Golden Age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it did is it like retroactively inserted Golden Age characters that didn't exist into their Golden Age continuity. And the way they did it was kind of cool too, because like basically these characters had been removed from time or something, and they were freed from their capsules. So now history was like kind of rewriting itself to reincorporate them back into the places they were taken from. So you got all these new concepts. Like, you know how there was a Golden Age Green Lantern?
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a Golden Age Red Lantern too, like this Russian supervillain. And they introduced a bunch of other cool characters. Like Jay Garrick has like a daughter who was kind of like his sidekick. Basically, she time traveled from the 1960s back to the 1940s to help him with adventures. And they did some other crazy. This is gonna really, you're gonna think this is really wild. So basically, Green Arrow and Red Arrow were members of a team called the Seven Soldiers of Victory. Their adventures were published back in like the 1970s, right? Basically, what they did is they wanted to explain sort of how Green Arrow could have existed back then and still exist in modern times. This nigga and him and Roy got blasted back in time, and they were just in the 1970s for a little while. And then basically it's hinted that because like I don't know if you ever heard of that storyline where Roy gets addicted to heroin.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. Well, Roy was addicted to heroin, right? And they're kind of hinting that the reason he was addicted to heroin was because that shit happened to him. Because he fucking went to the 1970s and came back. And it's like he had a whole nother life probably. And then like that should be pretty disorienting, you know?
It would be.
You know what I mean?
For lesser
Yes.
things. I'm joking.
I'm
joking.
Here's the shit I was telling you about. Now there are two Aquamen. I was sitting there fangirling like a child. So they basically, when Aquaman was first introduced, he had no like his civilian identity was like non-existent. He didn't really know much about him, and like he didn't get the Arthur Curry name to the 1960s when they retooled him and changed his origin and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now he was actually Atlantean. Before he was just like outed by his father. Yeah. So that shit was, man. I was looking at this stuff like, oh shit, there's two Aquamen now. All that, man.
You sound like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah. I was happy. I was happy. And then I was like, too bad everything else sucks. Yeah.
You're like, damn, as soon as I leave this candy shop, I gotta go back to the regular world.
Well, I don't read comic books, so it's okay. I don't read comic books anymore. If I do read comic books, they're really old.
It's kind of goofy that it got to the point where, like, every time you picked up a comic, it was like, here's this way that we're inserting this social justice issue. And look, man, I'm not even that guy. Like, I'm not that guy. But it got annoying to me, too. I was like, yo, come on, bro. I'm just picking up a comic book. It's a comic,
why can't it be
bro.
Why can't it just be a comic book? Why can't I just see some guys fighting crime, bro?
Yeah, it's like, look, like, comics do have lessons in them, but that's not even how you, like, structure a lesson. You can't be like, this is the thing. And then, like, have a story based around it. Like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Like, SJWs would try and be like, oh, comic books always had social messaging. And it's like, sure, they always taught, well, not always, but they often would try to impart a lesson. But they were just fucking better at it than you. Back in the day, they were just better. They were just better,
like,
right?
You read an old Superman comic, you're like, maybe I should stop judging books by my cover. But, they didn't have to tell me that straight out. They didn't label it as like, what fucking stupid ass title. Maybe they're not the villain. Like come on. Like, I understand what you're going for, and now I'm just looking for it. I'm like, man.
And even then, sometimes their attempts at social messaging were kind of stupid. Like, I mean, it's at the same time, it's stupid. I remember there's a comic book back when Green Lantern and Green Arrow were like hard traveling heroes is what they call them. They traveled across America, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be more connected to Earth. And they tried to kind of contrast Hal as this like authoritarian figure. Because Hal, canonically, no one will admit this, but Hal Jordan is a fucking conservative. No one wants to admit it, but he pretty much is. Like the way he behaves,
he's
man,
like
is
a militant white guy. Like,
yeah,
he was literally in the military.
He was supposed to be there to be like the authoritarian right kind of contrast to Green Arrow, who's like a bleeding heart liberal, right?
Yeah, he's a billionaire
then,
who tries to like give away all his money.
Well, at this point, I think he was poor. I think he'd already given away
everything. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he gave away everything by that time, or he either gave it away or lost it. I think he lost all his entire fortune.
Don't worry, guys. He's white. He got it all back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they retconned it, so he went back to being rich again. But anyways, this black guy is talking about how Green Lantern. He's like, I see you out there saving the pink skins, the green skins, and the purple skins. What you gonna do for the brown skins, man? And it's like it was like Green Lantern doesn't know how to answer the question, but it's just really goofy. I was like, wait, my nigga, how? You saved the universe like 30 times, my bro. It's like, my boy, you saved the universe like 30 times, my boy.
He's like, yo, I save everyone. You just said it yourself.
Exactly.
I save everyone. Even like in the statement, it's like, what kind of question?
Yeah, like, my boy, you be protecting Earth all the time. Like, what is this guy talking about, bro? Like, come on. That's crazy. You know how mad I would have gotten if someone said that shit to me? I'm like, fuck you, okay? Fuck you.
Bro,
and then I ended up on the news.
Just be ruined.
Yeah, exactly. I would have ended up on the news, the end of my career. Jesus Christ. No one's going to say that to fucking Jon Stewart, are they? No.
I think they tried once.
Huh?
Didn't they have an episode where he was like, maybe I'm not
for
the community? I was like, nigga, you are a Green Lantern. You doing enough for the world.
Man, I wish I could find the video, but I don't want to go through the actual thing I'm trying to show it. But there was this guy who did a dub, and in that episode, you know, when he's sitting there, and this kid is playing basketball. The basketball rolls out, and he picks it up to shoot. Right before he picks it up to shoot, the kid is like, "Yo, nah, don't even do all that, bro. Just pass back the ball, please. Like, I just want to play my game." This guy dumped. I started dying, and he misses the shot. And
he misses the shot. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And then I think the kid was like, "Damn, you lame." He's like, "Man."
I'll never get over from that same cartoon the craziest shit when someone sees Booster Gold and they're like, "Hey, you're Green Lantern, right?" And it's like, "What are you retarded?" The man is gold.
He don't even got to look green on him.
Yeah,
gotta look green.
Yeah, oh, I got a phone call. Let me turn this off.
Good.
I turned it off. I'm not you. I'm not gonna answer my phone call on stream. That's joking.
Sometimes
all right, I want to show
you important things to do.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I want to show you something.
You're sharing your screen. Don't share your screen. You're gonna break the thing.
I am?
Yes.
Shit, because I wanted to guide you through this. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you where to put it. Because this shit is hilarious. All right, I'm gonna put something in the
Damn, I gotta fix that now. Now I gotta make a sharing screen thing. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
I mean, this is good. This means that we'll get better and better.
Nah, I hate you. What? Tell me. So just send a link and I'll open it up.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Because I want you to see this shit, bro. Wow, this shit is
goofy as hell too.
It is going to be goofy. You are going to die of laughter. There are a few parts I need you to see, and everyone else needs to see you. Because this shit killed me when I saw it, bro. This was like, I didn't expect it to become as funny as it did. That's the best part. It just kept becoming funnier and funnier. Wait, where's the topics channel? Oh, I thought I deleted it. Oh no, I was putting the general.
Why don't you put materials?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, whatever. It's in the general. Should have put in materials, but you're right. I clearly don't respect you. You're right. There's no reason.
You're right. All right. Here's...
You always right. You wasn't right when you got that haircut.
You know, one day I'm just gonna lock off the stream. You gonna hit a hairline joke. The shoe's just gonna end.
You just imagine though. It would be beautiful if you log off and I'm actually just sitting there by myself. It's like, well, I guess that's the end of the stream, guys.
All right, so
We gotta keep running.
where am I going in this video?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me actually look on the stream. So I can actually, you know what? I'll just guide you from here. Because it doesn't matter yet. All right. Let me see if it begins that early.
This is the most replayed part right here.
Which part?
I don't know.
Is it
an hour?
It might
oh
be.
my god, this thing's a 2-hour video. This man.
It might be the part that most replayed might be the NFT part. Because that part, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. All right, go to 712 and play a little bit from there.
712, my man's.
Yeah, 712. I'm gonna follow along.
This video's real long, so there.
Yeah, I plan to jump
7 to 7.
Hey there, Destiny. How are you?
Okay.
Hey, pretty good. Were you talking about my school? Is that what was going on in here?
We're just warming up. We wanted to get some background on you because there's a funny thing going on the internet. Your fanatics, they deluded themselves into thinking that you're brighter than you are.
Oh,
You see, because you have a history of debating internet personalities who probably similar to yourself lack experience and sophistication. And so now you're about to get exposed. And I said, before we go in, let's take a little bit of background on who the guy is. And we saw in your own bio, you're making excuses for why you didn't complete a basic degree, a very easy degree at a third-tier university.
Yo,
He just starts off right away.
yo.
He's
Pause it.
Yo, what the fuck? Invites man on his stream and he's just like, yeah, you're dumb. You didn't finish school and your school is whack.
Yep.
But I was just giving them context. Before we get into this conversation, we give them context about the person who I'm gonna talk to is so stupid. Like, yo, what the fuck is this shit, bro? What the fuck is this?
And he keeps doing that the whole show. He doesn't make any arguments.
All right, I'm gonna keep going.
He doesn't.
Befuddled already. He's befuddled.
Yeah, okay, here. So just
I guess we can
Man
keep
didn't
watching.
even open his mouth. He's like, look at him. He's already confused. He's already befuddled. He can't say nothing. I'm like, what the fuck?
real quick, Chief. Okay, what kind of convo do you want to have here?
Throw him a lifeline. Let's do two things. Number one, let's go through and start with a little bit of interview so we can get familiar with you.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
We'll share a couple questions, get familiar with you.
Trying to figure out
And
where
then
I
we'll
should
do
tell
the
you
thing
to
that
stop.
you did on your stream, which is you played my content at length. So we'll play a couple clips of yours, and then we'll discuss it and react to it. And then if you want to get into
I guess
the
we could let the whole
political
Saint
items, we
versus
can do
Destiny
that.
debate
But you'll
part
notice
play
that
out.
the title of this stream is
Actually, you can play the Saints
number one,
buddy
it
Bloomberg
states that you're
part, too.
racist.
So we're watching
And
this
the
whole
funny thing is, I almost never use this term. I think it's
I guess
overused, and
just
mostly
play it
people are
until
lying, and they're
21:12.
using that as an excuse to explain why they personally are losers. But in your case, you
that too
expose
long?
yourself. So we'll review that piece, and then there's a second thing you did, which is an abuse of language.
we can stop.
And I find it to
There's-
be
there's a
very
main
disgusting
part.
and
There's two main
dangerous.
parts on it.
And you use this term
good. You
homophobia,
have to
which
see it.
actually doesn't really exist in real life.
And
It's
after I need
something
to
that
show
the
you
left
another
often does.
video.
You guys
That one is gonna be dead.
Homophobia doesn't exist.
This was I'll tell you, this shit was gold. I sat there and watched
Homophobia
the.
doesn't exist.
I watched the entire thing.
Well,
my dude.
I remember you were like, yo, you guys gotta look at this. I was like, I'm not watching this 2-hour video. Maybe I should. Maybe I should sit down and watch
Yes.
this. 'Cause,
It gets
oh my
it
God.
gets funnier and funnier and funnier.
He privated the VOD, bro.
Yeah, he started doing that. He does that. Yo, towards the end, it's not even a debate anymore because he privates the VOD. Because after Destiny realizes, he just, you know what, we can skip to the part where Destiny realizes this is not going to be a productive conversation and just starts trolling him. That the guy got mad, and that's what. Let me get to them. Let me tell you where to go.
like to
Go to
create
the part.
words, and then you like to instrumentalize words and also
Go to the part where it says,
pseudoscience
"What is an
to
NFT?"
achieve-
Just play that whole part.
What is an NFT?
Yeah, that part is funny. It was like right after that that he privates the VOD.
Is there a singular piece of advice that I've given that my life experience
I was
precludes
not
me from speaking
prepared
on? I just want to
for
know. I'm just
how-
curious.
how hilarious this
Why
turned out.
are you so bothered for people to know what you're about?
How can you say that I'm bothered for people to know about when you're reading this information off of my website that I chose to put on there? You see how your world is kind of
You're
falling
very-
apart?
you're
If you want to
very-
know anything about me, it's on my Wikipedia, it's on my website, it's on my YouTube videos, my dude. The only reason you know anything about me is because I've chosen to put it out there. So I'll repeat again for the 6th time. I don't know how many times you got to do it for the Johns Hopkins kid, but why is it What is a piece of advice that I've given that you think I can't give because of my life experience? Can you tell me that?
This one? Yeah, okay, here I got an answer.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. It only
said,
took 6 times. Okay, go for it.
Here we go. You said, what's a piece of advice that you shouldn't be giving, right?
Yeah.
Based on your experience, and experience is like kind of like what you do, right? So here's one. I want to make sure.
Oh, you're just gonna play a YouTube clip. Damn, you really can't engage at all.
No,
Holy
it's
shit.
for you. It's of you. So it's of you. So just check this out.
How disappointing. Yeah.
And this one points out a couple interesting things. I just like to use primary sources here.
His values, consistency of values, has outright been caught out as a hypocrite by himself. He just did it on his own, all because of NFTs. Now, this was what.
Oh man, I hate this guy. Right? I've seen this guy in other places.
Wait, so this is some advice you're about to give right here.
5 days
Advice.
ago. Every single person on the internet. Every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is. Every one of them. Basically, I consider that all of them. Crypto is too, man. There's people that never stop tweeting about crypto. I know, I wish there was like a big macro. There needs to be a macro accounting of human behavior because we all grow up making fun of certain people, and then we all grow and we do that behavior.
Okay, so now let me finish this point off. So number one, you were just on camera stating that people should not get NFTs because it's a big scam. So Destiny just said NFTs are a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We're trying to find a bigger sucker. It's a scam. NFTs are a scam. So that's what he said. Now look at the same guy, Destiny. Here we go. Let's hear what he says now when he can make a buck off of it.
Right? When I grew up, people made fun of motherfuckers that sold Avon, Mary Kay, Amway, but like, bro, I'm onto his audience because why not? I think that the idea behind this is you can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and then you get an NFT that you can autograph by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god! Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. Okay.
10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
There
by
are
their NFT.
legendary Twitch clips out there. Okay.
Legendary Twitch clips out there.
And he just self-proclaimed that he has legendary Twitch clips. So now let me summarize my answer to your question.
Go for it.
Your question was, based on your experience, what should you not be able to give advice about? Based on your experience, we just observed you state out of your mouth that NFTs are a scam. Then we looked at a separate video clip where you realized that you could make money off of NFTs. So what did you do? You started scamming. And who'd you start scamming? Your own fan base. So clip 1, you're saying NFTs are a scam. Clip 2, you're selling NFTs. Based on your experience, being a person who says don't do it, but then you do it because you can make money, you're someone who has no integrity. Hence, you should not be a leader and not be giving advice because you're clearly a money-hungry scammer. Is that an answer to your question?
No, it really doesn't have anything to do with my life experience. But so let's talk about NFTs. Well, it doesn't. You said you were gonna use my life experience. Excuse me, I believe I'm allowed to answer. You said you were gonna use my life experience to invalidate advice that I was giving. That's not a life experience thing, but that's fine. Let's tangle with this. Let's deal with this. So let me ask you a question. Do you know what an NFT is? No. Hold on. You just went on a whole spiel. You're not gonna engage. He's actually not gonna critically engage at all. He's just gonna play a chimp clip, and then he's going to say that that's in order to have a conversation with you, I need to make sure that you're intellectually equipped for it. So the first question is, I need to know, do you know what an NFT is? Do you know what an NFT is?
You peddling NFTs. Okay, so what's the difference?
I'm not peddling.
What's the difference between you encouraging your fans to send you money through the purchase of NFTs versus just how everybody else goes about NFTs? You're doing the ethical NFT.
If you want to sell an NFT to somebody and you advertise it as such, this is an NFT. If you want, in my case, it was a clippable stream moment with some varying levels of rarity, then you have the right to do that. Go for it. But if you're trying to sell somebody an NFT and say like, bro, buy this NFT in like 2 months, you're gonna get rich. Okay, I'm selling this now for 10K. You can.
So it's just the lack of prosperity gospel attached to it.
you understand this is, so I'll go back to the Beanie Baby example. Do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, here you go, have fun with it, collect it, or whatever, versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, keep this, in like 5 years it'll be worth 3x its value?
Princess Diana Beanie Baby, dude, it's gonna blow up. In fact, I think it did, but like,
I'm going to ask you the same question when you finish rambling, so go ahead.
I just think it's interesting. I don't know, man.
I'm going to repeat the same question, so think about it. I know you're rambling right out of things, so go for it.
When you said before that it was a big scam and that you were just looking for suckers to buy NFTs.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right here. Because we're
All right.
just watching the video. But I see Destiny's point, and I agree. Like, I don't hate, like, no, because he was right. NFTs, like all those NFT things that people were doing were scams. They were legitimate scams, bro. And it was because of the promise, if you buy this NFT, you will become rich. But if you just bought an NFT because you wanted an NFT, there's nothing wrong with that. Because, you know, you can spend money on what you want to spend money on. And if, I don't know if he was clear in the difference when he was talking about it, that, because, you know, I just saw a clip. I don't know if he was like, hey, these NFT things are scams for these reasons, because I don't know. I just saw the clip. And then there he is selling an NFT. He's like, hey, this is what you get, and that's it. That's
pretty much what that was his point there. He was saying that, like, this is just something you can buy. He's like, it's just a product. Like, there's no promise attached to it, anything. But yeah, let me go ahead and I want you to skip ahead.
That other guy was just like, see, you said NFTs are scams, but you're selling them now, and it's like, are you listening to the actual words that you're saying? Like Destiny is saying here.
I'm trying to see if I can skip to the part that I want you specific. Okay,
It's
just see if you can
pretty goofy.
skip past that whole thing where he's talking to the guy in the banana suit. That conversation was. I want you to get to a specific part in that video. Like, get back to when him and the center are talking again.
Debate shit in the world. Like, holy.
There's something
Let me
that
answer
happens
that. You asked me a question.
Yeah,
I'm
go
going
for
to
it.
answer
Okay,
that.
let me hear it.
That was fucking hilarious.
First off, you clearly have no sense of my background. I could tell when you started mentioning bank account number one.
Yep.
Then number two, what's my background?
He's not
I
answering.
invented
Did you hear an answer to
technology
that? Did anybody
more
say
than one.
anything?
No, don't talk. I'm talking right now. You asked me a question.
Okay. You do the ramble thing before you get to the answer. Okay.
Time out. I hate that shit that he just did right then there. He was like, I'm talking now, don't talk. When he does that. Destiny opens his mouth and he's like already yabbering, bro. That's a lack of integrity right there.
Yes.
That shit's goofy as fuck.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Now, I also hosted a conference. During my conferences, I teach people about entrepreneurship.
Oh, if he's teaching people about entrepreneurship, he's a scammer. He's a fucking scammer. This man's a scammer. 100% this man's a scammer. I could tell by the way he's dressing, he is a scammer, bro. The way he talk, he is a scammer. I felt something's off about this man, and now I know he is a scammer, 100%, bro.
He gave me those same vibes in the cheap suit. I was like,
this. It's just like, yo, like, he is presenting himself a certain way, and usually the people who present themselves in this way are scamming you. They make it seem like
trying
they got
very
that
hard
shit together, like they know the secrets. Nah, he's a scammer.
Yeah, they're trying very hard to
okay. How to grow 100,000 sub YouTube channels?
Reason,
Yeah. Or how to start failed startups like Fletch. How did that go?
You keep interrupting. He's mad.
I'm not mad
You
at all,
asked me a
dude.
question, but you interrupt me. You're so
Okay.
angry. Calm down.
It's all right, man. I'm sorry.
Calm down. Just let me answer the question. You don't got to get angry.
Yeah, it
You
takes
see
you
people
10
like
minutes to
you
answer.
trying to cut me
I'm
off
not
so the
even-
truth doesn't get
When
out.
I say this, it's like I'm not even like a Destiny fan. I don't watch this man's content.
Me neither.
But when I see some uneven shit, it gets me hot, bro. Like,
When I see goofy stuff, this guy was just acting goofy as hell.
Yeah.
You just asked me, do I know about NFTs? Now close your lips so
Has
I
he
can
asked
answer
him
your
the command
question.
line?
Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're
talking.
talking to a technologist.
Okay, then let's see if you can answer the question.
This
I'm,
man say he's a technologist. If anyone
Yeah.
calls themselves a technologist, that means they're a scammer. That means they don't know shit. That means they
That
don't know
word
what the
doesn't
fuck you're
even
talking
mean
about.
anything, bro.
Oh my god, I'm a technologist, bro. That doesn't. Oh my god, bro. I wish someone would say some shit like that to me.
I'm a
Swear to
futurist.
God, bro.
I'm a
Oh
futurist.
my
There's a-
god. Oh.
I'm excited. Go ahead.
Over me. Be silent so I can answer your question.
Okay.
And when it's your turn to talk, I will be silent out of respect.
Go for it.
Now, you clearly had no background. I'm helping you out with an answer. You asked, do I know what NFTs are? Not only do I know what NFTs are, oh, is he playing music right now?
Oh, I'm just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to answer. You gonna say the answer?
Triggered. He's truly triggered.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll chill. I'll chill away. Go ahead.
Who you are? He can't even have a proper conversation. He's basically like storming off. This is what happens on Maury when they say, you're not the father, and the chick just storm off. Wow. He's mad angry. He asked me a question I didn't want to hear the answer.
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
This guy's angry. Now listen,
Go ahead.
I had a conference here,
He's
and
not.
during the conference, we showed people exactly how to create NFTs from scratch. So I had my buddy. You don't have to be disrespectful just because you're angry about the fact that you were busted in a lie. Would you mind stop playing music?
Were you going to tell me what an NFT is?
Would you stop playing music and just listen to the answer? Because right now you're angry and now you're trying to distract. This is very petty. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Does any of his followers want to get on and tell me how this is the rational great debater?
Do you have somebody Googling the answer? Is that what you're waiting for? So this is
the
okay.
great
So
debater.
for the people that don't know, right now what's happening is a stall tactic. He probably has a friend who's trying to Google what is an NFT so that he can give some kind of answer that sounds somewhat correct. But he doesn't know. He has no idea what an NFT
You're
is.
pathetic. This is what you are. You're
Did he
pathetic. Long
Did he
story
say he
short,
went
I hosted a
to
conference.
California?
I showed people how to create NFTs from scratch, from the command line, little buddy.
From the
And then
command
there's-
line? Please, can you tell me how? I want to know how to create an NFT from the
And not
command
only do
line.
we
Which
show
command
people how to
line?
create NFTs from scratch. We also explain the business model behind NFTs, and then we also explain the scams going on with NFTs, which are what is perpetrated by you. The kind of people who say don't do it and then turn around and start selling them. You're the Kim Kardashian of that situation. You don't have the foggiest idea of what an NFT is or the underlying technology, yet you try to make a buck off of your following. And you are pathetic.
How do you do
Oh.
that?
That was a whole bunch of words. Okay, I'm curious. Does your audience realize that you don't know what an NFT
Hey,
is?
computer, make
Do you realize
That's the
that
part
you
that gets
literally
dead.
said
But basically,
NFTs are
I
a
guess you don't have to
scam
play
and then
anymore. Are you
turn
still playing?
around and start?
Well, there's gonna be one more part I want to show you later.
What is
Basically,
this, bro?
after he does that, Destiny just like kind of refuses to engage with him. So every time the guy would try to lob another attack or try to say something to Destiny, Destiny would begin as if he's about to answer it. And he's like, "But I really think I want you to explain what NFT is." So the guy just started getting mad, and that's when the guy mutes him. Then the guy started inviting people to come in, and this is the part that you're gonna see next, because like a bunch of Destiny fans came in and started trolling him. So I want you to go to, let's see, where is that? I want you to go to 103. Wait, not 103, because that's, let me see, is it end? Yeah, just go to 103. Go to 103, and then the white guy that comes on with the headphones, just play his whole thing.
Of the leftist thing
It's gonna crash, right?
an
When a white guy
LGBTQ
comes on after
personality,
he
then
kicks
There's
that
like
guy.
should have died.
you scam really
You tried skipping it.
This
and
shit's
still
gonna
have-
scamming and in the past
Yeah.
you answer.
Pat,
Basically, it's gonna be a with blonde
Oh,
hair.
There's some
kicked off.
diversity in here.
Here we go.
Patrick, how are you?
Patrick.
Hey, how are you?
What up,
well.
Patrick?
Yeah, just sort of piggybacking off of the sort of homophobia discussion that you're having. Would you say that it's sort of like an ideology instead of like an actual real thing?
The word itself constitutes an ideology, or those who use it?
Yeah, those who use it, they're sort of like trying to indoctrinate people into an ideology.
So I think it's the most people who are using the word are just the followers.
Mhm.
There were people who are a lot more intelligent than the followers who created a discourse,
Yeah.
which is they've constructed language to push forward a given agenda. So they strategically define the word, and now everyday folks are using it. For example, I know Christians and Muslims who instead of saying husband and wife, they say partner. The word partner has been a creation of that, LGBT group, which is very clever, and that's some of the best.
Oh no,
marketing we've
load
ever
it up,
seen,
guys.
in the world.
Load
So
up. Dude, I want to make
the
NFTs out of this
intelligent people,
fucking
the-
YouTube
the-
channel.
What the fuck? Partner, bro? Are you silent? I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, because I didn't want to interrupt. But yeah, wait for the white guy. Wait for what
He's
he's.
here. Oh, he. This man is talking about how Muslims and Christians use partner instead of husband and wife. Which,
Yep.
I'm
Well,
not
listen,
gonna
but
get
listen.
into it. I'm gonna keep
Listen
playing.
to
I'm
what the
gonna
white.
keep playing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sell it for
Yeah,
$5,000.
they created it, and everyone else is just following it
Yeah, and
blindly because it's been pushed out.
it's something that I've sort of noticed. It almost feels like a sort of like pyramid scheme where like, for example, I got into Destiny because I had a really big fan of his as a friend, and so he sort of introduced me to his ideology and all of that, and part of that was the homophobia and trying to indoctrinate me into it. And one way that he did it, it was like really subtle, but I didn't really think about it, is do you know what boba tea is by chance?
Yeah, I think it's a T that has a large straw and
shit.
like balls at the bottom.
Yeah, balls at the bottom, exactly. And so he was in my mind, he was kind of trying to almost like turn me into like a sort of like, not to get into sort of red pill talking points, but like almost like a beta where he was like giving me tons of sugar, because that's basically all boba tea is. It's just sugar, like balls at the bottom. And after thinking about it, I realized that he was trying to indoctrinate me into like the sort of like pro idea of homophobia as like an ideology, instead of like trying to be like an actual friend and look out for me. And so I told him like enough tea, like enough tea, like NFT, like what is an NFT? What is an NFT?
Real quick, can you guys stop trying to join the chat, because it's full and it keeps on popping up in the So if you guys can remove, stop trying to join. It's kind of like
that whole thing. That whole thing was just a troll, so he could say enough tea. And then ask him to
I just wanted to say thank you for
Destiny was trying to ask
you actually on here.
that whole fucking conversation.
I learned that it was actually
And
kind of silly.
basically, it's about 30 minutes of various people calling in and doing the same thing.
Yeah,
and it's saying,
like, hey, bro, what is an? Do you know what an NFT is?
I don't know how to fucking answer that question. I would just admit,
token. That's what it stands for anyway.
oh my god, when the guy did that,
It's weird. It's weird that he literally just didn't say that, like at all.
the non-fund token.
Yeah, just what is an NFT? And just
He kept
answer.
trying to deflect. He kept trying to deflect so he could give a really.
It's so weird. Like, what the fuck is this man on, bro?
Oh
like,
my god.
Yeah, let me
Oh,
go back to the video. Like, what is this? What is this whole thing? Especially like no, in the actual beginning where he's just like, let me talk about how stupid Destiny is and how he's just a bad person and he couldn't finish a basic degree. Yo, that's so goofy as fuck, bro.
And the thing, did he say the thing about his kid? Because I don't think he got. Yeah, basically he said something like, he asked Destiny like, "Oh, didn't you abandon your kid?" Like some shit like that. Like, yeah, he just mad character assassination, and then like that's when Destiny realized it's not going to be a productive conversation. He starts trolling, starts playing instruments.
No, I didn't get to that part, but man, I couldn't sit there and have some guy just talk shit like that to me. I'd be like, look, man, you clearly don't want to talk to me. This is just some goofy shit.
I'm gonna show you
one
more.
Head out. Like, what else is in this bullshit, bro? What else?
Not there. That one's done. But there's just a video. There's a video. There's a video he made.
Of this guy, whoever his name is.
That guy made a video himself, and I just need you to see this video. This shit.
Holy shit.
Like I'm telling you, when I was watching this shit, I was, it was peak comedy, man. Peak comedy. Like it's been a long time since I saw something this cringe and trollish, you know? A long time. So that's why I was like, yo, what?
Side note, I'm just looking over on YouTube and bro, you know, you see videos you've watched on YouTube, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember watching that, and then you see like how long ago it was, you're like, no way, bro, that was that long ago? I swear that shit happened yesterday.
This video was on his Facebook, by the way.
All right, just link it in the materials, and I'll show it to everybody.
Cause this video right here. You just watch the whole thing. It's only 3 minutes long. Watch the entire thing. This shit. If you were like, what is this guy on before? This shit right here is gonna make you go, what is this guy on? All right, there you go. It's in materials.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Don't make me kick you. Yeah.
I actually don't know if this is gonna work.
You know, it's on. There's a YouTube version of that video, but I can't find it. I don't know how desperate.
To escort Marquette.
Yeah,
as we leave Jomo Kenyatta Airport,
he knows where it is.
mobile
I try to look for it and can't find
the
it.
police is phoning to welcome Mr. Burton to Nairobi, sharing that an armed guard will be waiting in the morning to escort Marquette wherever he wishes to go. It's a mystery
Actually, I already saw
as to
it.
how such a young man has so many extraordinary connections around the planet. Marquette Devon is the real-life James Bond.
He's the real-life James Bond?
Of all the leaders I've documented, I've never witnessed an armed guard so taken with the person they are charged with protecting.
It gets worse than that.
Marquette is a man you share your secrets with and laugh with, even if you have an AK-47 strapped over your shoulder. It's just that Marquette Devon Burton is enchanting and bold and kind.
Yo, what the fuck am I watching, bro?
A Kenyan public school teacher reached out asking if he would be willing to surprise her students on their field trip to Nairobi. Despite other plans, with a smile, he agreed. The Kenyans literally rolled out the red carpet for Mr. Burton's arrival.
This carpet's definitely always here, bro.
He is an enigmatic figure.
Yes, that part was so funny. They rolled out the red
and
carpet
a boxer,
for him. You see a normal guy walking right past him.
A stoic and a poet. And above all,
yo, what's this video even got to do with this fucking whack-ass voiceover,
a leader in reforming global human culture.
I'm going to give you some context later.
He's written a 3-sentence Bible. Be yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to good people. And here he is living that. Marquette's assistant allocated 30 minutes in his schedule for this meet and greet, but Marquette stayed to take a photo with every kid who wanted one and to listen to each boy rap and give every child the attentiveness that he teaches parents to give their children. He is Mr. Rogers of the modern era. There are many who say there is much that is wrong in the world today, but there is only one who is doing something to make change around the world, to ensure that boys grow into strong men and leaders, and that girls grow into ladies, great mothers, excellent wives, and productive citizens. Marquette Devon Burton.
So men, they gotta be grown to be great leaders, and women, they gotta be grown to become good wives and mothers.
The part that always gets me, the fucking part of he's the Mr. Rogers of our era.
What does that mean, bro? Yo, what does that even mean, bro? Half Mr. Rogers, half James Bond.
How do you sit down and make something like that and you're serious?
Bro, give me the context. Who made this video?
Oh, he made it. He made that shit. He made that shit himself, but when he put it up as like BBC Emerging World Leaders. So he tried to act like it was news coverage, but then BBC kind of got mad at him and he was forced to take down that name. But yeah, he made a video of himself, tried to make it look like it was like a news coverage thing when it was something he clearly paid for, you know?
Yeah. I was like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? This is scammer behavior, bro. This is literal scammer behavior. He's out here manipulating you to think he's this great guy, bro. So you'll buy whatever the fuck he'll sell. You're ready to buy it. You're like, if that nigga's selling it, I want it. Yo, this is crazy.
I knew about this guy before Destiny even ever interacted with him. So so when I saw Destiny had debated this guy, I had to click. But then at the same time, I've known this guy was a fucking idiot and a scam artist for a long time. I don't want to call him an idiot. I don't think he's an idiot. But I do think he's like you said, a scam artist. Because after looking at his content for like 2 seconds years ago, and this was literally like years ago, I saw him. I'm watching his stuff, and like you said, something's rubbing me wrong about the way this guy communicates and stuff. I was like, something's weird about this guy. I was like, it feels like he's trying to sell me something, you know? And then he kept mentioning that he's an entrepreneur and a tech entrepreneur. So I looked him up, and I saw like all the coverage about him was like from years ago. Like it was mad old. So then in my head, I'm like, wait, if you're this big tech guy and you supposedly made all this money from tech startups, I was like, why are you here on YouTube making dating content? I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I was like, how do you go from
dating content now?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he does. He makes red pill stuff and telling guys how to be a P, like a pimp, like pretty much. And he had this book. So years later, I encountered him again, and again I thought, thinking in my head again, this guy is like a scam artist, right? So I saw he said he had a book called The Black Box. So I went on I don't think I bought it. I think it was free because my Kindle, I have Kindle Unlimited, so I could just download books whenever I want. I might have paid for it though. I might have paid for it because I was like, I just need to. I knew it was going to be stupid, right? So start reading the man's book, and the book is just terribly put together. Like it was written by a 12th grader. So I'm like, yo, like there were just mad syntax errors, there were grammatical errors. And then the way he wrote the book was, first of all, each chapter is like 2 or 3 pages. So it's like, it was fucking very disorienting reading a book where it just goes on to the next chapter that fast. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then he kept doing this weird thing, right? In the book. This is the weirdest part of the book, where every time he describes a woman, he goes very in-depth describing her and her body parts, like her boobs and stuff, her hips. And I'm like, why is he writing like this? I was like, no, that's not how you're supposed to. Like, even his own mother, he starts describing her body in the book, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, but man, that shit was funny. But yeah, it was like the crossover I didn't know I needed, because I always thought that guy was a goofball, and here was Destiny was proving it, that this guy is a goofball. Man, but that thing got me thinking. It's like, people will really engage in these conversations, like these debates, and they will do such a bad showing like that guy did and still think they won, bro. They'll think they won.
We knew a guy who did that. Bro, we knew a guy who said out loud, so I won, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And we're like, what the fuck? So I win. So I win. Like, oh, you don't want to talk no more? So I win. I was like, what?
Like, no, we just don't want to have that conversation. It was dumb. It was a dumb conversation. But yeah, that was insane, man. Right out the gate, insulting the man and tarnishing his name.
That's crazy. That's actually
right out the gate. Yeah, man. There are people who are like, and people don't know it's crazy to me how people are like, I don't know, maybe I just have I don't know if you could answer this for me, Ray. Maybe I just have a very specific and weird sense of humor, so it's very easy for me to get things. But like at one point, the guy Marquette, he asked Destiny, what question was it again? Oh, he says, "Oh, that's a red herring," and Destiny looks at him and goes, "Oh, red herring? What's that?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know what that means. What's that?" Right? And it's clear that Destiny's joking. It's clear he's joking. He's just at no point he was just completely trolling with the guy. The fucking fans of this guy thought Destiny was serious. They thought he actually didn't know. There's like comments on this guy's video where he's like, he doesn't even know what red herring means. That proves he's not intelligent. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are that dumb? You thought he was serious? But that was crazy. I don't know what things like this make me wonder what planet we're on. You know, I'm just like, what's going on?
Nah, bro. Honestly, things like this, it makes sense. It's a sign that we are doing really well, actually. It sounds wrong, but it means we are doing really well as a society.
I mean, not really.
No, listen. What I mean by this is it's like we got too much time. We don't got no worries, bro. We not out here struggling. We're good, bro. We're good.
Yeah, but scam artists have existed for millennia, and they've always used this guy's playbook.
Yeah, no, we good. We're good. We're good. If enough of them could do this, we're good. Every day that there's more scammers, the better we're being, bro. The better we are.
Yeah, but then people being defrauded out of their money.
They make more of it. It's okay.
Think about that.
It's okay.
Think about that. How many people have gone probably to go pay this guy to learn all that? Like they probably paid this guy mad money to attend his conferences to learn basic information.
You know,
and probably
can I make an NFT from the command line? Hold on.
He just said command line because he thought it would make him sound smart. It's like, pretty sure it takes way more there might be parts of an NFT you can start, in command line, but you're not gonna go into command line and just create an NFT.
You're not going into your computer's command line, but it seems that they're calling the code editor, whatever they're calling that, the command line. So it's I forgot the exact term for it. But the thing you type code into, they're calling that a command line.
So basically, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just threw out a word that sounded techie.
Yep.
And he thought it was gonna make him sound smart because I guess he thought Destiny was an idiot. Except, Destiny isn't. I mean, that would even as soon as he said the command line, I didn't even have to have Destiny start making fun of him for me to start laughing. I laughed as soon as he said the command line. I was like, oh, this motherfucker just said that because he thinks it sounds smart. Oh my God. That reminds me of Elon Musk. Let me see if I can find it.
Elon
Musk. He made this tweet a few days ago that people were making fun of him for. If I can find it. If I can find this fucking tweet. Is it? Damn. Can't find it. But he made this tweet about oh no, I might be able to find it. Damn, I can't find it. But yeah, he made this tweet and people were making fun of him, saying that he was using words that don't mean anything. It did look like I didn't understand what the fuck he was saying in the tweet, but I will. I was just like, it might be possible that he knows shit I don't know. But there was someone in the comments claiming, "Oh, as a dev, I can tell you, he does not know what he's talking about." But that never means anything. People on the internet will often do shit like that. Like I've seen something I actually knew about, and someone would mention or say something, and I actually knew what they were saying was correct. And then you'd see a comment with someone saying, as this thing or whatever, I can tell you they don't know what. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like that person knows exactly what they're talking about. It's you who is clearly like some kind of 12-year-old just trying to pretend. But yeah, man, that shit. So yeah, that got me thinking. You think we're witnessing the decline of RP content? You think it's over? You think RP content?
Look, man, I don't follow Red Pill content in the first place, so I can't tell you. I can't tell you because I wasn't there for the peak of Red Pill content. I wasn't there for the grind. I wasn't there.
Oh no, so. All that the shit like you're saying, focus on yourself and all that. Those phrases,
sure, but I still wasn't there for that, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying the phrases when they started entering lexicon, like average lexicon, and people would just throw words like that around. That was when the peak of when Red Pill stuff was starting to become popular, right? So that's when I would say was the peak, and that was probably like 2016. I think is when this shit started to become mainstream. You get what I'm saying? When people start saying "focus on yourself" and when the word Chad and alpha male and high value male kept getting thrown around. That was like 2016. I think that first started happening, like hardcore. Maybe like 2016, 2017, around that time. So yeah, I would say it peaked then. But do you think we're witnessing? You think enough people are gonna start to think this shit is stupid and then just abandon it?
Man, from my perspective, people have always thought it was stupid.
Yeah. But the thing is, right? No, that's
what I'm saying. From my perspective, everyone that I knew that wasn't you thought that shit was dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I made fun of a lot of it too, to be honest. But the thing is, like I said, because like from where I sit, and I don't want to sound like a contrarian or I'm a middle of the fence guy, both sides are fucking retarded. So like you have people on one side who like you have some people who honestly are pointing out things they think are wrong with the modern world, right? One, that's weird. That's not even what the Red Pill is even about. But all right. Basically, a long fucking time ago, when I first ever encountered red pill, or I guess you could call it red pill content. Like I've said many times before, I was a teenager, and most people were teenagers when they first experienced this. So this was me, like, this would have to have been like fucking 2012, 2011. Like, I was very young. And when I first experienced it like, I think relationship shit was part of it, but it wasn't even like about relationships specifically. It was more about like intersexual dynamics. And even then, that was a tiny part of it. What the shit was really about was that that your entire fucking government and everything in your world was kind of like fake, right? That not that it's fake, but that basically these people are lying to you and the world does not work the way you think it is, and you know, all that shit, right? And your government is corrupt and that kind of. So that's kind of the things I was reading about, and like I read about that kind of shit. When I rediscovered this red pill shit, because I would just scroll through YouTube, this was like, I guess I would probably say about like 2016, 2017, right? And that's when all these motherfuckers were talking about relationships all the time, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, I thought it was about. I was like, why do you always talk about relationships? I was like, what happened to the things about the government and all that? And then
government happened.
Basically, what?
Government happened.
Oh, basically, I would say they would, like I say all the time, there would be kernels of truth in some of the things they said, right? But a lot of it would be covered by unnecessary nonsense that made no sense. Like they would make an argument and then add a bunch of unnecessary dressing to the argument. I was like, why did you say all that other stuff? And then, so like, I would think some of the stuff they said was stupid, but then the people who would just be like, oh, like none of that makes any sense, I thought they were dumb too. Because a red pill person would say something as simple as, right, they would say something like, let me think of a very benign thing one of those idiots might say. Something like, women like dangerous men, or women like men who demonstrate value, or some bullshit like that, right? And this is a very objective, very obvious, very basic thing, right? And people would act like what they're saying makes no sense. And I'll be looking at them like, what do you mean it doesn't make any sense? Like, why are you pretending this isn't true just to disagree with them? I was like, why can't you just concede? Why must you try and...
we live in a world where everything is either right or left, bro. Like, the other side can't have a point.
Yeah.
And that shit's goofy. And, like, goofy. Bro, like, it's not even in this red pill content. It's, like, in everything. Because I will sit here and I'll be talking. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't like this aspect of this, say, a video game. I'm like, oh, I don't like this part of this game. Dude, bro, why are you hating on the game for? I'm like, what? I literally enjoy the game. I just don't like this one part of it. It's like, bro, why are you hating on the game, bro? Why do you despise it? Like, I was like, just because I have criticism doesn't mean I hate it. You know? Like, I can like things and still critique them because, in fact, I feel like if you like things or truly like them, you'd be able to, like, point out the things that are, like, objectively wrong with it, right?
Yes.
So, and then, like, I will have these conversations about these games or whatever, and like I'll listen to the people and be like, hey, here are these things that are wrong with it. And they're like, but yeah, just like ignore it.
Oh, like the conversation we had with that guy. Never forget that.
Because like I will bring up these points like, hey, here are these things, and they will not address any of the things I said. They will sometimes they'll be like, yeah, but I like it. I was like, the fuck? That's it?
Yeah.
It's fucking
like
goofy,
the only.
Bro.
Yeah, like I'll never forget I got into an argument with a guy once, and you know this guy, and I remember. So story time. I'm just gonna admit this. This is a long time ago. Basically, should I admit this? There was a family. There was a family member that I did not know, and then I was introduced to this family member. I'm not actually. I never met them in person. That's the first part. I was showing a picture of this family member, and they were very attractive. So, and I was young when I first saw it. So, like, I developed a very brief and weird crush on this family member. Not even a crush. And when I say crush, I'm exaggerating. I just thought they were very attractive.
Like,
I remember I admitted it.
And then they were like, oh, that's your cousin. You were like, what?
Yeah. And I admitted it to you guys that like this family member, I thought they were very attractive and all that. And then I remember one time I got into an argument with that guy. It was one of the guys we knew. And I forgot what the argument was specifically about. But it had nothing to do. No, it was about a woman being attractive. And I said, oh, that woman isn't really all that. I think it was about Natalie Portman. I was like, Natalie Portman's attractive, but I don't think she's that attractive. I was like, I feel like I see women who look just like her all the time.
I think
and
I
then
this one.
Yeah, then the motherfucker just looked at me and said, yeah, but don't you want to fuck your own cousin? And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, and he was like, oh yeah, you said this. And I was like, my dude, I said my cousin was cute like 2 years ago. We'll just say cousin. I don't want to reveal what family member it was. But like, I said that person was, I said, here you go, my grandmother. I said that person was cute like 2 years ago. Like at this point in time, I didn't even think they were attractive anymore. Like I'd grown out of it.
Realized that they were your cousin.
Yeah. So like when you just
like, oh man, that person that I have no idea, they're kind of cute. It's weird. And then, oh, that's my cousin. I never saw them in my life.
I knew that they were my cousin from the very. As soon as I was shown, I knew they were a family.
Never mind, bro. You're going to jail, bro. You're going to jail, bro. Oh my god. Nah, bro, you can think your family members, like not ugly.
I mean, to this day, I still concede she's an attractive woman, but at that point in time, I thought she was very attractive. Like I was like fucking smitten with how attractive she was.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. You disgust me. I think you could go to therapy.
Think that your family member is super attractive?
Yes.
Well, I mean, your family members are probably all ugly, so you can't.
Yo, that's one statement. Is like, how do you argue that? No, my family's hot as hell. Like, you can't do that shit, bro.
I would definitely bang all my family members. I don't know what you talking about. And then Sweet Home Alabama starts playing in the background.
Yeah, this is some goofy shit. Like someone's like, yeah, your family ugly. You're like, fucking maybe.
Like, that's why your grandma ugly as hell. Who gonna go to her funeral? No,
you should stop.
No, you ever see that video? With
yeah. Her shoes raggedy. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Would you go to the? All right, you get invited to a funeral, right? Let's say it's a girl who is very important to you, and she invites you to this funeral, right? And I guess you're gonna go because she's she wants you to come with her, but the family member at the funeral is just very ugly, like it's one of the ugliest people you've ever seen. Will you have the courage to not go because you don't even know this person, or will you go to support?
I'd go. Like, wait, they're dead, right? Like,
yes, but they're just.
I don't gotta look at them.
It is insanely ugly.
I don't gotta look at them, bro. If it's open casket, like, nah, that's disrespectful. Like, that's for family members only. I'm good over here on this side. It's okay. That's all right. It's okay.
You gotta just say, oh, you gotta just be like, nah, I'm good. It's like I don't even know this person. Like I might have been willing to go if it was a normal looking person, even though I didn't want to go in the first place. But if they were like insane,
like I'm not going for the person. I'm going because of this other important person that is like, hey, I really want you to go. Like I go for them, but like I'm not gonna go if it's an open casket. I just don't gotta look. I just don't.
Because I swear, if I look in there and I see the Hunchback of the Notre Dame staring back up at me, I'm gonna start laughing, and I'm gonna look like an asshole.
I'm trying to imagine myself at a funeral looking at the thing like, oh my god. You just look and you just go, yo, you gonna have to. Someone's gonna walk up and say, "Yo, bro, I don't know what you're doing here, but you have to step outside. You have to step outside."
They think you're crying, but you're laughing. It's like,
bro, they would know. They would know. You sitting there, fucking stone faced, dry eyed, and all of a sudden you go,
"Oh my
bro, you gonna have to step outside."
Oh,
in fact, I might have to go out for some air. I gotta go. I gotta get some air.
And then start bawling outside, and then they can still hear you. They can still hear you from inside.
You just shout out, "Why are they so ugly?"
Oh Jesus!
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nah, that's disrespectful. We being disrespectful now. Disrespectful to this fictitious person, bro.
Yeah, just this fictitious person. Well, the other funny thing with a lot of those red pill dudes that I find really annoying about them is like a lot of the things they say are like common tenets that people have mentioned for years, like decades before these guys even existed. But they're presenting this as if they're putting you on game and this is new information.
I mean, and in my head, I'm like, snake oil. That's what you have to do. Yeah. That's literally what you do. It's just like I pretend it's new. Yeah. Like like apple cider vinegar. Like they were sitting here. Oh, this is gonna kill you. This is gonna burn all your fat. It's gonna do all this. It's gonna do all that. And it's like, so you telling me that this product that has existed for who knows how long is all of a sudden going to be the revolutionary cure all?
Yeah.
Huh? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, because like I'm like, this is the kind of stuff my grandparents and like out here my granduncle and grandfather talking about. They said this kind of stuff, and the other family members telling them to shh. Like, yo, what y'all talking about? But oh man, that shit was so funny, man. Never before have I.
Shit, oh my god, I can't watch that. I gotta watch the rest of it. But
I'm gonna tell you, that shit was funny, bro. If you see this shit, that shit was, and even ABBA, and Destiny had ABBA at his house, and
ABBA
they were watching.
There?
No, he had ABBA later, and he was showing ABBA the thing.
Oh, the ABBA in Canada then?
No, I guess ABBA came to visit him. I don't know if Destiny's in Canada, but I think ABBA came, and then like they were talking. I'm pretty sure Destiny lives in America, but
he sounds American.
Yeah. She was just
sounds American.
No, I mean Americans have a very identifiable accent.
See,
according to
other, have been racist if I was like sounds Chinese.
No, not even that would be because Chinese people, to certain people, have a very identifiable accent. You know, like.
You know what was funny? Well, that's not funny. It was very interesting. I had a Japanese teacher, and like I don't know if you've seen enough anime, like they have these like sounds that old men make all the time. Bro, it blew my mind when he actually started making them sounds. I was like, wait, that wasn't jokes, bro. That was that ass. Like he went to bend down. He like bent down to pick something up, and he was like, yo. I was like, what the fuck? Those are real sounds y'all make. Like,
probably yeah. Like
I was like when you just like filler words for the anime. It was kind of funny. Well, not funny, still the wrong word. It's just interesting, I guess, is a better word.
But yeah, like a person who knows Korean and knows Japanese and then also knows Chinese will probably look at you like, and like they can distinctly tell which accent is which, of course. Like even if they were to say the same word, like you were to say a Chinese word,
I could probably pick them out.
Yeah, like if a Korean said a Chinese word, you'd probably still be able to tell they're Korean if you actually knew the language. You know what I mean?
When you speak different languages, the way that your tongue rests in your mouth for certain like syllables and stuff, it's just in a different spot. So that's why like a lot of I believe it's the Japanese, like when they have the R and L sounds, like the place that their tongue goes to is the same. So that's why they sound very similar.
Yeah.
A little tidbit of information for you.
Yeah, that shit killed me. Jesus Christ.
I don't even want to talk about nothing else because that shit was goofy.
I mean, that's kind of. Let me see. Let's see if there's anything.
Right there.
Let's see if there's anything else. Because I felt like that was enough.
That is enough right there. What the hell, bro?
I guess we'll talk really briefly about this next thing. Really.
Should men cold approach?
Yes. Do you think so?
The answer is yes, bro. And
why do you think so?
Because you have to.
Why do you say that?
What do you mean? You have to.
Answer it. I'm trying to. I'm not debating you. I'm asking you a question.
It's just like, look, man. The world's not coming to you. You got to go to the world. And if you see a person that you really want to talk to, more often than not, you're going to have to go and talk to them. I'm not even talking about picking up bitches. I'm talking in general. Like, if you see, like, if, like, oh, man, that's the CEO of blah, blah, blah. I got to, like, get on their radar. You're going to have to go up to them. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not. It's going to be hard. But, you know, like, sometimes you got to take those types of risks. So, yeah, like, you got to do it. And to be honest, women ain't doing it. And, like, ask them yourself. They don't want to do it. They're not going to do it. They don't have to do it.
They're not even good at it either.
Why would they be? They don't have to do it.
If men are scared of doing cold approach and they think it's because they're going to look like an idiot, these women are fucking goofy when they try that shit. They're not suave at all. They don't know how to.
Man, they don't even need to be suave. TV, they don't. They say some goofy shit to you. You'd probably laugh it off and be like, all right, I'll give this person a chance to talk to me. Because
and see, that's the thing, right?
We have different mindsets about this shit.
To even show men, right? I've been in situations where a woman wanted to like the guy, right? And she'd ask should I shoot my shot? And like I remember one time this guy was talking to us, right? I don't even know this guy. And like, but you know me, I can carry a conversation. It's fucking easy for me. If I'm in the situation, I can do it like that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not hard. I can talk to anybody. So I'm talking to the guy, and I'm looking over at her, and this is her on her fucking phone. This is her. And I was like, really, bitch? You hiding your face, bro? I was like, come on. I was like, it's like, nah, if you were one of my homies, I couldn't let you sit that down. We'd start making fun of you. It's like, you can't. I did make fun of her, though. I did make fun of her. I was like, yo,
in front of him, right?
Huh?
In front of him?
No, after he left. After he left, I was like, yo, I thought you liked him. Like, what was going on there? I was like, that was your chance. You could have talked to him. I was like, you didn't even have to shoot your shot. You could have just talked to him.
Yeah, honestly, because the plan, I wasn't even there. I guess the plan is you start the conversation as a tree, and it quickly becomes a two. Oh man, I gotta go, leave.
Yes,
easy. I don't even gotta be there to know the plan, bro. That's the plan.
I was in a situation where that happened, where basically one of the last girls I dated, that's what happened. Basically, the guy we were with, we were all talking, we were all vibing, and then he left. He left us alone. And then because he left us alone, I just started talking to her. Like, and in my head, I knew what he did immediately. I was like, oh, he did this on purpose.
You're like, he the real one. Shout
yeah. Because and also because he's just very bad at hiding it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just good at reading body language.
Like, oh man, guys, I left the stove on. I will leave you two kiddos alone.
Yeah, because they were like, after we had finally started dating, they were the one who asked it, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. It's like, oh no, I didn't even have to say I'm pretty sure. I said it was because I asked him later. I was like, oh yeah. Well, I wasn't even asking him. I was just like, oh, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, boy. You know,
you're like, sealed the deep.
Appreciate you, my boy.
That's funny. Everything we said is probably sexist and disgusting, and how dare we?
Yeah, you do the same thing. But it's like,
but it's sexist and disgusting. How dare we even think about this? Like, bro, having plans, bro. Come on. Why are we even planning these things? It should be natural.
No, it should be natural. I mean, I do agree. It should be natural. I think
like, cold approaching is like, it's natural. It is
true,
natural, bro.
I think the best way to get yourself to do it is to probably be in already a social situation. Although someone will say you need to learn how to do it without context. I kind of say I do agree with them sort of, but then at the same time, you know, if you're gonna, it's just better to have a social vibe. And once you have the social vibe, it's fucking easy. I mean, with me, it's like, I notice the more comfortable I am, the easier it is for me to just talk to people. So like, I mean, these last few days I've been feeling fucking awesome as well. So I've just been feeling very calm.
Don't ever forget you're not.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So like, I've been talking to random people left and right, or like, it's like when I don't care about it, it's like I said, it becomes super easy. But that's the other part. It's like, on some element, I do believe like sometimes you kind of have to let these things happen. Like when you go, like we have a person when you go out there and you're thinking in your head like you're on the chase, you're just gonna come off as weird and desperate. So there has to be like a balance. You're like, I want to do this, but I also want to be calm and relaxed about it. You know what I mean? Because then you become one of those creeps that the girl tells her friends about in the group chat. She's like, oh my God, you won't believe what this guy just said to me. You know? What about women? Do you think women should just walk up to guys that they like and talk to them?
Just do it. Like, do it. Because what do you got to lose, bro?
Think that would make the world a better place if both sides just walked up to each other when they felt.
I think it would put a lot of things into perspective for people. Like the understanding of this takes a lot of fucking courage, and it's not like, I'm here, I'm just fishing. I said, look, man, I literally legitimately thought you're an attractive person. I have to figure out if we vibe or not, so I have to talk to you first. It's not like I'm just, you got a nice ass, let's go. Like, that's not what it is, bro. That's not what it is. But you know, it's very easy to think that's what it is.
Some of those dating coach guys, which I think if you're paying for a dating coach, you're a fucking idiot. But whatever. You know, but I mean, you know what? Okay, no, that was harsh. The reason I'm gonna say that was harsh is because I know some of these guys, like some of them struggle, and sometimes it's hard. So I don't want to. I just want them to know that that act is retarded. That is stupid. Don't do that, please. But you yourself are not stupid or retarded. You just made a mistake. You just had someone trick you into thinking they can turn you into something that they're not gonna be able to. It's something you have to do on your own, 100%. No one's gonna
have to just go out there and try it. You gotta talk to people.
You're not gonna pay $500 and get turned into a Casanova by some random guy in a stupid hat or anything. But yeah, like they will say, one of them used to say, this guy Mystery, he used to say that what do you call it? I don't even think this guy is terrible either, but he has this thing where he says you're not supposed to ever start with complimenting them. You don't do that.
No, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. That's bad.
So you agree with him?
Yes. Bro,
yeah, I agree.
Not.
I agree with you too.
Once you like go out there and like talk to enough people, you're like, yo, you're real beautiful. They're like, thank you, and they're done. They're already done talking to you, bro. They're already done. You just move on to the next one because it's over with. But
True.
Like, you know, like that's what. And you know, it's harder to come up with something else to talk about because that was the easy way in. Just that was the easy way in. But like. No one wants to be easy, so don't take the easy way in. And like I said, it's a lot harder to find something else you want to talk to someone about. And like I said, I'm not even talking about just picking up women. Just even if you want to be friends with someone, it's just hard to figure out what you can use as the entry to the conversation. But for example, if you're in school, like talking about the classes you're in, that's an easy way in. But you know, it's like a lot more natural or whatever. So that's an option, right? If you're at the workplace, you can probably talk about work. Say you are out in the world, right? You gotta just try and see. Just try your interests and see if they line up. Like, cause if something common though, like I don't mean like, hey, do you like the 12th level dimension thing that they're doing? And like, don't do that shit. Save that for later. But he was like, oh yeah, you saw the new Game of Thrones episode. What you think about it? Something like that.
Do you watch The Mandalorian?
You don't watch The Mandalorian, bro?
I mean, they don't watch The Mandalorian. I'm just gonna, that girl sitting up against the bar is not watching The Mandalorian. Like,
I don't know, man. She might be out here watching The Mandalorian.
Maybe she was watching it in the beginning. She's not watching.
Yeah, I didn't watch season 2.
Yeah,
I didn't watch season 2.
But
like I'm already myself not a big Star Wars fan, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most people aren't. They know what Star Wars is, but they're not fans.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, man. It's like what was I about to say? Where they shit. You just reminded me of something. What was the last thing you just said?
Am I a Mandalorian fan?
No. Before that, when you're talking about the talking to
easy
them.
way in.
Shit. What was it?
That was like I was talking about is easy way in. If you're a student, use these things. If you're at work, do these things. Why are you talking about it?
Yeah. Here we go. Now I remember. It was the work part. So at work, they were teasing me, like making fun of me, but not really making fun of me. It was like praising, but at the same time making fun of me, saying that apparently I talk to everybody, right? And their examples were the girl's like, yeah, when I first met you, you just started talking to me. Like I was like, you was just talking and talking. I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah. I was like, I don't even remember what I first said to you. She's like, oh, you asked me if I worked at the place, and I was like, okay, yeah, I asked you if we worked for the same company. I was like, well, what's so wrong with that? She's like, yeah, but you just kept talking. I was like, okay, you're mad at me for being able to make conversation? I was like, yes. What's wrong?
I told you, bro, people don't know how to do that. I told you about the people who were like, wait, you can talk on the phone? That shit wasn't a joke. They were very shocked that I could just pick up a phone and like have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah, but the other one was even worse because she was the one who first talked to me, actually. And I was like, yeah, but you're the one who first said something to me. And she's like, yeah, but then you kept going. And I was like, what?
I mean, like I said, that puts things into perspective. It shows you how they were thinking. They're like, oh, this person's still going? Like, that means that they would not have.
Yeah.
Like, if you did not continue the conversation, they wouldn't have. And there's a lot of reactions that people have tell more about themselves than they realize. Like if they're like telling you that they're trying to tell you about themselves, it's just them saying, this is what I would do, so this is what I think you would do. That's basically what's going on here.
I guess they don't, because even when I do look at their conversations, they're not very when they're talking to each other, there's not like a lot of depth to it. So I guess maybe when I talk, there was a lot more. Like because I guess I am the kind of person who can talk about almost anything. Like I have general and surface level knowledge of almost everything. So like
here's this. I was literally like I told you I was going on those dates, right? I don't want to anymore because well maybe with that specific person because I was just like wow, it's really just me trying very hard. And even after they did open up and become a little less shy, I guess, it really was just them talking about themselves. Yeah. I really it really hit me the other day. I was like, this person don't know shit about me. They don't know I don't have a job. They don't know that. I know too much about their jobs, bro. I know too much about their job. They don't know that I don't have a job. They have no idea.
Not to sound stereotypical, but that's what they like doing. They like talking about themselves.
But like, I mean, they don't know shit about me. Like, they don't know my favorite color. They don't know. I'm talking like the surface level knowledge. Nothing, bro. Not a damn thing.
Favorite color is kind of weird. A lot of people don't like.
It's just one of those examples where it's like those are like, what's my favorite color? Like when you play 21 Questions type shit like that. But goddamn, like it really dawned on me. It's like this person knows not damn.
Some people would say that was your fault though.
I mean, I literally was there trying to have a conversation with them, and whenever I asked them anything, like it was just they would answer, and that was it. There was no probing back. And look, man, I was basically trying to like get them to just have a conversation with me.
You did. You don't mind if I ask you on stream that you slept with this person, right?
Yes.
So yeah, isn't that interesting? Because based on what you're saying, if there's no back and forth, that means there was no chemistry, which makes it sound like she didn't like you, but she still slept with you, which is very, very interesting. That's just interesting.
They like me a lot. Apparently.
Huh?
They like me a lot. Apparently. I don't know what to tell you. They like me a lot. Apparently.
Is that what they told you?
You could tell from their actions.
That doesn't mean just because.
What man?
I
don't want to get into it.
Why not?
I don't want to get into it on stream.
Oh, because like based on the conversational aspect, it sounds.
It was more like they were really into me, and like, bro, you could tell. You can tell when someone's really into you, right?
Sure.
Yeah, like you can tell. Like they were putting down all these signs. Like they did, bro. Even when we slept together, it was like they didn't want to go home. Like, we weren't here. It's not like I was like, yo, come over. I didn't do that. Like, we went somewhere. We had food. We went somewhere, did an activity. Then we had food. Then I was like, all right, so, like, I can take you home now. They're like, oh, no, I hate my house. I don't ever want to be there. And they definitely had work in the morning, so they had to go home, right? So I'm just like, they want some dick. 100%.
So you took them to your house?
Yep.
After they said they don't want to go home, you said...
Where else was I going? It was like fucking 11 o'clock at this point. It was like already late. Like where else am I gonna go?
They're like, I hate that place. Well, that's your problem. See it.
like if I could have, I really could have, but I was like, why not?
So, all right.
Interesting. I was like, why not? See, now I sound like an ass.
Wait, because no, you don't. It's just because I know a girl who does that. She just fucks guys, and I remember a guy had asked her. Basically, a guy tried to like come on to her. Actually on some like I love you shit, and she was like, nope. She was like, nope, cold blooded. Just fucking.
And this is what I was saying. Why I didn't want to get into it, but I might as well now. It's like because they were mad at me afterwards because they found out, and they were basically mad at me. Because they're like, oh, wow, I'm not the only person you've ever, like, slept with. I was like...
Wait, I don't understand. This is the part where...
It's weird.
Yeah, sure, this is good context. This is the real dating coaching right here.
It's weird.
Okay. So now, this is what I want some more context on. What the fuck happened?
Bro,
like, how did...
Afterward, they were like, oh, by the way, are you, like, talking to anyone else? Bro, we met on the app. We met on Tinder, right?
Okay.
So they were like, yeah, you talking to people? I was like, yeah. Like, have you slept with anyone? I was like, not recently, but I have, yeah. They're like,
and not through the app, right? That wasn't through the app. Was it? Yeah.
But like bro, should I read to you what they said to me?
This is through text. Why did you answer that question through text?
Because they texted me, and honestly, bro, it's not, nah. You're making it seem like I would probably have acted different, like if I was really into this person. Like, you know, like I'm not stupid. Like if I was really hard pressed about this, I'm like, that's a conversation we should have over, like, in person. But
yeah, I would not talk to someone about that over text. Or I would, but you know that's just I'm a cold person that I'm not gonna talk. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I would know exactly where the conversation is going and give them exactly the answer they wanted to hear.
Yeah, like I answered their question. They're like, I'm upset and I don't really feel like talking to you. Enjoy your night. Then they texted me. I didn't reply to that. Then they texted me. I'm very disgusted and turned off, to say the least. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was like, we could talk about it. And then they sent this long thing. They were like, what? I would have never had sex with you if I knew you were sexually active. And I was like, you didn't even ask. You just didn't ask. And that's what I was getting at. It was like, we only did it because she wanted to. Well, not like only because she wanted to, but like she wanted to do it. Like this wasn't no coercion from me. No game was put in from me to get this to happen. Like I literally was going to take them home, and they were like, "Nah, I hate my house." So I was like,
"What the hell does that even mean? I would not have had sex with you if I knew you were sexually active. What are you, a log? Like why would you be sexually active? You're an able-bodied young man. What does she think? What does she think you? Did she?
I don't know.
What did she assume? Did she assume you were like a virgin loser or something? Is that what she assumed?
No idea.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why. Maybe maybe she was surprised that you actually were pulling shit.
I don't know.
Or like in her mind, she imagined, like you said, yeah, I'm sexually active, and now she's imagining you just piping down girls across the country.
I 100% think that's what it was. Like I 100%, it was like damn, this man's a player. He out here doing all this, that, and the third. I'm like,
yo, she said I'm
yeah,
that's crazy. That's disrespectful.
But yeah, basically,
that's crazy.
It was her lack of information, and now she knew the information. She was disgusted, but it was my fault. She literally at one point was like, "You should have mentioned that." And I was like, "You never asked me nothing, bro."
That conversation, first of all. Like, yeah, I'm fucking.
You never asked me nothing. You only thought about it afterwards. And if I really was a dog, I could have lied and said, "Nah."
Basically, she was inventing problems after the fact. She wanted to find.
This is a thing that I tell people all the time. Is like they invent ideal versions of people in their head, and then when it comes to the real person doesn't match up their ideal person.
You blame the person.
Yeah, they're blaming them. It's like, nah, bro. I didn't do anything wrong. I did absolutely nothing wrong.
That was my primary problem when I was dating. Is people have this assumption that I'm a very chipper and very upbeat guy, because like, you know, I have conversation skills. That's basically all it is.
True.
I'm an upbeat guy. So then when they start dating me and see other sides of me, then they act like I deceived them, and I'm like, what the fuck I didn't do anything.
I have the opposite problem where people think I am some really cold individual, and then they're like, "Oh my god, you're so nice." I was like, "Why do you think I wasn't?" And it's like, because, and I was like, I had never once said anything rude or wrong to you ever in my life. And they're like, yeah, but, I was like, yeah, but nothing. You're just a bad person.
Yeah, with me, it's they start dating me, then they start acting like I'm a cold monster. I'll be over basic shit. You try to start an argument with me, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And that makes me an evil monster, because I didn't want to argue with you.
You are an evil monster, bro. You gotta play. No, I cannot think of a time that I've been in an argument with someone that wasn't like a friend, like a male. I don't think I've ever gotten into an actual argument with any of my female friends.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because even I've gotten into arguments with female friends. It's like I told you.
When I'm saying this, you know, it's like if they come to me with an issue, I'm like, yo, this is your fault. These are the exact reasons, and they're like, they can't say anything back to me after that.
No, I've gotten to a thing where a girl would tell me something, and I would disagree with her. Like, not about their personal lives, just general discussion. And it's like they're disappointed and they get angry at me. Or I will tell them I did something, and they'll get mad at me over what
that happened once. I lied. That did happen once. I told someone how I acted on a specific app. I don't remember the specific, and they were like, "You're a disgusting pig." And I was like, "What?" But that's part of the thing. Like they're like, "Well, but that's literally how they were replying." And I was like, I don't talk to that person. That person is not a good person at all, actually. They're like actually a bad person. So when they said that about me, I was like, huh, I must be doing pretty well.
Now I can tell you, you're not doing pretty well. You're an evil monster. Look what you did to that girl.
I mean, I guess. Well, they haven't replied to me, so
you disgusted her and you turned her off. The worst things you could do. Yo, that's so stupid though. Fucking, that is so dumb. That is, man, what did she think? Yeah. That is so dumb. How are you gonna ask someone a question? They answer the question. First of all, what does she expect your answer to be? You're using it.
She wanted.
You're using a dating app.
The one that lined up with her version of me in her head, which, like I said, she doesn't know anything about me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to imagine, like, what kind of question is that? Are you having sex with other people? What does she think? Did she think you showed up at the date and you were just like, this is the one?
That was like the second time we hung out, by the way. The second time.
You were like, this is the woman of, you saw her on the dating app? You're like, this is the woman of my dreams. I'm going to save myself for her.
Maybe that's what they feel like.
Nah, I think they're dumb. They're just very naive. How old are they?
They're older than me.
Yeah, a lot of these people just have very naive, idealistic views. Basically, they have things they want.
Yeah.
And if things aren't like this, they're like, in their minds, they're like, oh, a man and a woman should fall in love and be very important to each other, and yada, yada, yada. And then I guess they expect everyone, first of all, for her to think, if she thinks that, and then she slept with you only meeting you twice, then she's part of the problem.
Not even meeting me twice. I could tell this was gonna happen from jump. Like I knew that's what they wanted.
Yeah,
from the beginning. Cause you can tell.
Yeah.
Cause you can tell, bro. What are you talking about? Why are we doing this? Let's get out of here.
It was funny. That was a funny story. And in that context, we were talking about dating, and this came up. That's crazy. She had a bald ass head anyway. No, remember what I told you should have done?
Yes. Yes. Fresh cut. No, stop.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Stop, bro. Oh, I did ask why they're bald, by the way. They just don't want to do their hair. That's it.
How did you ask the question? I'm curious.
Oh, so apparently their brother was looking for a flat iron, and it just came up naturally because I was like, oh, because she was like, why would I know where a flat iron is? So she basically brought attention to her bald head herself, and I was like, by the way, why have you shaved your, like, what was the decision? And she told me she just didn't want to do her hair. It's just easier that way.
She had like a buzz cut, right?
She had the baldy, bro. She was bald. She had the lowest. Like you take the razor, you just.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I thought you, because I was like, if she's actually bald, were they like putting the shaving cream on her head?
She was one step away, bro. One step away. Let's stop talking about this. Any reflections on the Destiny thing?
Destiny's a girl's name. that's a common meme. That's what Destiny's a girl's name.
One of the guys comment that on his channel.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I was like, do people do that?
Yes, they do it all the time. Yeah, Destiny's. So they'll do it, right. He'll be talking about something like, "Oh, I'm very surprised he had this take." Considering Destiny is a girl's name, and they'll do that all the time. They work it in. So they were doing the same thing to the guy when they were memeing him. Well, about your date, that's enough tea. We don't need to hear anymore, because you can't even explain, all that tea anyway, No, that was another terrible reference. Enough tea, enough tea. Like, can you explain enough tea?
That was a stretch, bro.
That one was beautiful, bro. he sat there talking about tea for like 2 minutes before he finally got to and the way the guy cut him off so fast, you could tell he was angry. He was mad when he got to that point. But yeah, any final thoughts on your end?
I can't even tell you anything about Destiny or that guy because from that thing that we watched, that shit was goofy as fuck. Neither of them were trying. Like, I feel like Destiny might have been trying to talk in the beginning. I didn't get to watch it, but
he was.
But
if you watch
the other guy, he was using Destiny's name to push his name. Like, this is probably exactly what he wanted. Like, he wanted, even if he seems like a goober now, like his name is out there.
I mean, he has the debate up on his channel, but he cut out a bunch of different parts to try and make himself
Of course
better.
He did. Like, this is what he wanted. He's doing that TMZ paparazzi bullshit where I'm taking the best parts and that's what I'm selling.
In that debate, Destiny hit him with a cold ass line. Said something like, "That's why I'm gonna be here forever, and you're gonna be gone in 2 years." Destiny said that to him. And he's probably right. I'm gonna check back. I'm gonna check back in 2024 and see if that guy's channel is still around.
That's crazy. But should men code approach? Yes, you should code approach.
Yes.
And look, like I'm not even talking about just going up to random people and just saying whatever you want. Just
make
have
friends.
A purpose. Have a purpose. Yeah. Like have a general idea of like what you're going for here.
Yeah.
Also, go talk to. Don't. And like I said, I'm never ever talking about just pulling bitches, bro. I'm not. I'm talking about in general in life. Like, there's someone you want to talk to in your class, like be a friend with. Go talk to them, bro. Just hit them up.
Even at my job, I mean, I'm not the one who started talking to this guy. He talked to me because I wore the Eric July shirt, the Rippaverse shirt. Yeah. And after I saw it, he knew who Eric July was, and this is like an old white guy too. So when he knew, he was like, "Oh shit, Eric July!" Like he mentioned him by name. And now, just from talking to that guy regularly, the girls don't want to talk to people and be trying to make fun of me when I'm greeting people and acknowledging their existence. Just from talking to him for a little bit, to just today, he was talking to me about how he has a Spawn jacket that he used to have, and I was like, "Oh shit,
bro!"
And then he was like, "Oh, I could give it to you." He's like, "Just remind me." Yeah, he's like, "Remind me," because he's like,
"It don't fit him no more."
Yeah, as he said, it doesn't fit me anymore. He's like, "You're a big guy, so it could probably fit you." And I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, thanks." I was like, "Sure, I'll remind you."
I need to next time you want me to pull up with this Spawn jacket, bro.
100%.
Just pull up with the Spawn, bro. We gotta no. We're gonna hit peak toxic masculine. We're gonna pull on bitches with the Spawn jacket.
In the Spawn jacket. I mean, I already did it dressed as a cartoon character.
We gotta pull up on them. Yo, bro, get it before we go to Miami. Just in Miami with the Spawn jacket.
Yeah, he said to remind. I'm gonna remind him of that shit. We're gonna see.
Oh my god, that's cold as hell, bro. Fucking.
I can't wear it. Miami, I'll die.
I think it's still the colder season out there.
Nah, dude, Miami's hot as fuck, bro.
It's
Miami's
the
hot
season, bro. Don't worry. I have no idea how thick this jacket is. In my mind,
Miami's
it's like not that thick of a jacket.
If it's like a leather jacket, there's no way.
No. We save that for later. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it for tonight.
Anyways, Vanguard out. Like I'm Hulk Hogan, you saw it?